RJ, we've seen what all the pundits, the sports talk hosts, the fans have had to say about it. But what does Vegas say? Where's the money at when it comes to the schedule release in the NFL?
Yeah, this is something I thought the feedback we got here on Straight Out of Vegas for the segment we did yesterday before the official release, breaking down what to look for. One of our most popular segments. Thank you so much for the feedback. We're now going to go through that list again and not think about it abstractly, but rather what teams are applicable. So number one on the list was, and Fez, you're going to give me the teams. A negative would be a home game in London or a home game in Mexico City. Now, why is that a negative? It's because there is no home advantage, really, to be the home team, quote unquote, in London, in Mexico City. And thus now you only have 7 true home games, 9 road games. And that 9th one is even more negative because it's a big, long, tiring trip. Fez, which teams are at a disadvantage because of that home designation far away from home?
Right. So 4 NFL teams have home games, quote unquote, in England. They are Oakland, Tampa Bay, the Rams, and Jacksonville. So those are the 4 that got it the worst.
So negatives for those 4.
Yes, and a negative for the Chargers. They have a home game in Mexico.
And remember this about Mexico City.
Have you ever been accused of doing something you didn't do? Well, it happened to me in Mexico City.
That can happen. Mr. T's right. Now, always got to account for that, Jonas. Just keep that in mind. Now, Fez, not as big, and we won't take off the teams, but Thursday road games, a big negative. Look at that list. And oh, by the way, in just a few minutes, we're going to give you the 3 teams most affected by this schedule in a negative way. And some of that is going to be driven by road games on Thursday being the last piece of the puzzle. I'm RJ Bell, straight out of Vegas. Next, let's talk about travel. And obviously, the more you have to travel, it's a bigger negative for a team. What are the teams with the most travel?
The most travel, conspiracy theorists will love this. The Oakland Raiders, 35,000 miles. The Oakland fans always feel the league seems to be out to get them. Certainly is with the travel schedule, 35,000 miles from Oakland. Right behind them, the Rams, 33,000 miles. To put this in perspective, RJ, there are 4 teams that don't even have to travel more than 9,000 miles. So 2 teams here are traveling 5 times more than the team that travels the least, the Jets.
Okay, so Jets less than 10,000 miles.
7,000 Jets.
And 2 teams, and name those teams again?
Oakland and the Rams.
Over 30,000.
Yes.
And we got those numbers from thescore.com, and they seem right as we eyeballed them. So negative for the Rams in that case.